Devin Vassell has been on a tear early this season, scoring in a variety of ways to average 21.3 points per game, but he looked especially impressive over the weekend. Spurs fans are likely familiar with his ability to knock down spot-up threes from the corner, and they should also be well-versed in his proclivity for relocating along the perimeter and nailing catch-and-shoot triples at a well above league average clip. Vassell is practically always on the go within San Antonio's motion offense, and his near-perpetual movement forces defenders to vocalize rotations and assignments. If they fail to communicate, Devin can make them pay by hopping into these wide-open triples. Denver made the mistake of losing track of Vassell in transition, and he's more than happy to stroll into a dribble handoff for an uncontested look. And off a made basket, Devin sprints the floor to draw a mismatch with Jeff Green and converts an and one thanks to his added muscle mass. The third-year swingman is an outstanding cutter. Watch as he sets up John Wall with a casual backpedal before exploding to the rim and finishing through contact for another hoop and harm. On this gorgeous sidelines out-of-bounds set, Devin wastes no time darting backdoor and double-clutching to avoid the weak side contest from Wall. These were things we already knew Vassell could do, and he's excelled at getting to his favorite mid-range spots off limited dribbles, using handoffs and screens like he does here. But what makes the following possessions different? Well, as you can see, the Spurs trusted him to initiate actions as the primary ball handler, and he just looked more comfortable running the pick and roll, playing with pace to set up his step back, and even a good contest from Nicholas Batum barely bothers Devin. You can tell he's worked on his handle with how he pulls off this double tween cross combo, and his hours in the weight room are evident as he displaces the 215-pound Norman Powell with the bump fade. One of my favorite moments from Devin came against the Clippers as he takes a DHO and seamlessly snakes his way into the paint, trapping a defender on his back before gently lofting a left-handed floater through the net off 2 feet. Vassell has improved his crowd navigation, and while he might have lost the ball a year ago, keeps his man on his hip, crosses over into space, and gathers into an uncontested pull-up jumper. While I buy into the 2020 lottery pick making some genuinely sustainable strides, he was on the right side of a handful of balls and calls, including this one as the refs ignore a travel and he somehow gets this fadeaway to fall with Terrence Mann draped all over him. And he knocked down more than a few of these improbable attempts. The Clippers try to ice this pick and roll, and Devin responds with a wrong-footed, contested leaner with plenty of time on the shot clock, but it doesn't matter and he gets it to fall. This sequence must have been incredibly infuriating for the Nuggets as they contain the initial dribble penetration, force a kick out to a non-shooter in the corner on the second drive, and then blanket Vassell on a sidestep three, only to watch the ball rattle home despite all their efforts. Whistles will go both ways and percentages will eventually regress to the mean, but one thing you can't take away from Devin is his passing, even if it means making basic reads to open shooters. The 22-year-old guard has rightfully received more defensive attention, and he's taken advantage of the extra eyes and breakdowns to consistently find his teammates. Pick and roll passing might be his most promising development as a playmaker, so let's slow things down. Watch as Devin baits both the drop coverage big and his own man with a couple of hesitation dribbles, and then looks off the help defender by staring down Josh Richardson mid-air, effectively clearing the lane for Gorgui Dieng to roll and finish at the rim, and Devin is just doing special things on offense so far.